Pass into Dorsey. Dorsey. His three won't go. It doesn't matter. Kennedale will bring home a state championship trophy.
What a moment for Kennedale here. What a moment.
What a moment indeed. This is the story of the 2024-2025 Kennedale High School boys basketball team.
Second state championship in school history for the Kennedale Wildcats in boys basketball.
So 3 new starters to start the season this year. Still had Jacoby and of course Amir. But we added Jackson to the starting lineup. Michael Hall, and Bryson Nickerson. All right, so we started off the season against Crum, which is an interesting matchup considering that we ended up meeting them again in the playoffs. We faced Crum last year in non-district, won by 10, 11 points, but Crum is always a good team. They're disciplined. They got some shooters. First quarter, here we go. Jacoby starting us off nicely, getting to his spot. Nice jumper there. Amir being big down low. That was a flop by them. Good job for the refs not calling. I'm going to talk about that later. Here's Amir with another block. Jackson in the open court. Nice finish. But this was really a Michael Hall game. Here's Michael Hall way downtown. Bang. I think he led all scores in this game. Here's another one. Way downtown. Bang. He played really well beginning of the season, man. Jaden Miller with the nice dime. Michael Hall again. Good job. Here's Amir later in the quarter. I want to talk about the flopping because they didn't call this one. They've been flopping every time Amir got down low because they couldn't guard him. But then in the fourth quarter, the flops turned to charges. That was a charge on us. Same move. He just dies on the floor and it's a charge. So those 2 charges on Amir helped Crum go on an 8-0 run late. We're actually tied with about 10 seconds left, and this is how it finishes up. I said this was a Michael Hall game. Great take. Left a little bit of time on the clock. They don't have any time now, so they're rushing down. And Jackson says, no, sir. Great game-saving play by him. Heck of a game. Start the season. I mean, what a game to start the season. This game gave you everything. Theatrics at the end, big plays, big shots, and the most important, they found a way to win at the end. And that brings me to the next big game I wanted to talk about. So this was the game versus Crowley. Anybody seeing this that was there or anything, you remember this game. This was a really fun game to be at. It was an electric atmosphere. I thought Coach Groff did a really good job of making the schedule for non-district really tough. We played a lot of tough teams, but this is one of the toughest ones. We're a 4A school. This is a 6A school. Crowley was ranked in the top 10 all season. So you knew that when we were going to play this game that we were going to play a good team. And I love how the guys came out and fought. Let's get to it. So we did start off a little slow in this game. I think we're down 8 here in the first quarter. Jaden Mancha came in, hit this runner. I thought this was a settle down moment. I like that shot. Here's Mike at the top of the key, going left. Tough runner, get in there. Good job, Mike. I did want to show you this. Crowley did get a couple dunks off. The crowd got loud and whatnot, but in these situations, this is when Kennedale kind of locks in. Let's see what happens next. Look at Amir with a dream shake. Okay, Amir, I see you. We're going to keep it rolling here. Let me introduce you to Jaden Miller. He's the best on-ball defender on this team, hands down. And look at this. Like, this guy don't even want the ball anymore. He's trying to give it up. Look at Jaden attacking him like a pit bull, almost making him go backcourt. Watch his footwork with him every step. Every step. Wanting all the smoke. Yes, sir! Jaden always coming with textbook footwork and elite defense. Nice job, Jaden. And now bro is trying Jackson, and Jackson's like, bro, didn't you just see me in the Crum video? I block shots. Speaking of Jackson, here's Jacoby in the corner. To Jackson in the other corner. Knockdown 3. Yes, sir. All right, so we're going to keep it rolling here. What do we have? Oh, here we go. More Jaden Miller, causing havoc. Up, Jaden Miller with the steal. Jacoby with a nice pass. I think we missed a bunny here. That's okay. Tips out to Jacoby in this sweet spot. Yes, sir. We here. All of this happened right after that dunk by them, and I told you, they locked down, and it's really cool to see. All right, so this is the end of the first quarter. We blitzed the guy at the top of the key. They're looking for something here. Amir with a nice block. No, sir. They try to go back up. No, sir. What a way to end the first quarter after their challenge. So this is early in the second half. Jacoby finds Jackson in the corner. Nice pass. Nice three. You can see they're locked in. Down 10 here. Jacoby finds Mike in the corner from way downtown. Bang. Yes, sir. You already know. You really have to respect the talent on this team. Look at Amir getting free down the lane. 2 hands. Let's go. Yes, sir. More Jaden Miller on-ball defense here. Watch his footwork. So this guy, I believe he's going to TCU. And look at this. Jaden's with him every step. He has no answer. Very impressive stuff, Jaden. Very impressive. So here's some good defense by Jacoby. He forces a backcourt violation here. The ref was a little confused at first until he called backcourt. And this dance he came up with. Oh, man, that was funny to me. Let's keep it focused. This is a very important part of the game. We're down 9, less than 3 minutes left, and we really need to make something happen.
Let's go, fellas. Now or never, baby. Let's go.
Jacoby one-on-one, top of the key with the step back. Back out. Yes, sir. All right, so we're down 6 there. Need to make something happen. Oh, Jacoby with the steal. Back to Mike for 3. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, they score a bucket. We're back down 5. Jacoby right back down for 3 again. Downtown, bang. So the fourth quarter of this game was crazy. But when it came to the end, Crowley made some shots that Kennedale did not at the end. I think we ended up losing this game by 4, but it was very exciting. And to be able to hang with this team, it's one of the best teams in the state. To be able to hang with them, let you know, look at this. Even to the last buzzer, still playing. Super proud of the guys. This lets them know that they can hang with anybody. The next game I wanted to show was the Mansfield game in Mansfield. So we're playing on the road, playing up again. This is actually another 6A team. We played them in the summer. We actually beat them. So I knew they would be ready for us. So I thought this would be a good game. And the first half of this game really just belonged to Jackson. Here's Jackson with a nice 3. He missed his first couple shots, but he ended up with 16 in the first half. Nice top of the key. I mean, he literally couldn't miss, and they just kept leaving him open. Here's another one. Bang. And he's feeling it now. Look at him. Take it to the second half. Jackson with a nice rebound. He finds Mike here. Nice putback by Mike. Here's Mike again, finding Jacoby in the corner. And Jacoby just hits those corners, man. Way downtown, bang. And here's Jackson finding Mike at the top. This almost looks like a 4-pointer. Yes, sir. Let's go. Here's a nice pass by Jacoby to Amir. Be strong, Amir. Be strong. I always tell him to be strong. He know what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Good job, Amir. And this was the dagger. Jackson, top of the key. He had 23 in this game. We won by 8. Let's get out of here. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Jacoby's 40-point game against Alvarado at home. He was just in a zone, man. I mean, everything he put up, leaving him wide open like that doesn't hurt either. No doubt, no doubt. But scoring 40 points in 8-minute quarters is crazy, man. Nasty work. But it also means you probably wasn't passing the ball much. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. No, man, but he was out of sight. He was just in one of those grooves, man. And look how he does homeboy right here. Scoot, scoot. And he really came back for more. I was like, homeboy, chill out. Went right around him again. Game over. So we're at the Burke-Burnett tournament, and Mike actually hurts his knee, and he's out indefinitely. Trey had actually just come back from football, and he was able to hit this shot to secure 3rd place in the tournament. Trey really has a flair for the dramatic. Beat Burke-Burnett for the 2nd time this year on their home floor in their own tournament. Yes, sir. So let me fast forward to district play. We're getting some buzz in the streets. We're ranked in the top 10. There's a lot of good things going on with this team for sure. But if you talk to the parents, we know this is a really good team. We know this is a very talented team. but we're not convinced that this is a team that can win state. Not yet. We're still waiting on that aha moment. I think we got it. Welcome to the Waxahachie Life game. And just to let you know, that aha moment did not come in the first half. I'm being serious when I say this. This was easily the worst half of basketball they played all season. They literally couldn't do anything right. Look at this. And here's more of the same. Easy layups, nobody playing defense. Easy shots under the rim, nobody playing any real defense. Everybody's just looking and watching. They have this motion offense that'll kind of confuse you if you're not disciplined, like that. I mean, look at this. We got Larry Bird wide open. I mean, the one shooter they know they need to guard. I was so mad about this game, man, I slammed my phone. You don't believe me? Here's proof. I did that twice, actually. So this is your score at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Trey just hit a bucket right before half. We were down 28. We were down 26 points. But let's see what we can do. Our one saving grace is that I know the hardest thing to do in basketball is to hold on to a big lead early. That was Miller with a nice bucket. Here's Trey with one. So let me take you straight to the fourth quarter here. All right, so we're down 9, a little over 3 minutes left. They find Jackson in the corner here. I think he was 0 for 6 before this one, but this was a good knockdown. They take a timeout.
Score 2 more times and put some pressure on them. See what happens. Score 2 more times. 2 buckets.
Somebody tell that dude to shut up, even if he might know what he's talking about. Here's Jacoby off an inbounds pass. There's 1 bucket. Let's see what happens next. Down 4 here with a little less than 2 minutes left. You know they're going to try to stall this out, so you really got to apply some pressure on defense. Try to see if you can cause a turnover. Jackson here with some tight defense and a textbook clean steal. There's your second bucket. Now we've got a game. So this is where I knew we really had a chance. They couldn't get this inbounds play in, and I knew the panic was starting to set in. They could feel the pressure. Crowd started getting loud. I told JV to stand up, and it got loud. The pressure is officially on them. Let's see if they can handle it. About 1:30 left. Bryson with a nice pickpocket. Jacoby got it. All he wants to do is get to his spot. Bam. Remember what I told you about the panic? Yes, sir. So it's on now. I smell blood in this gymnasium. And I'm sure all of Kennedale does as well. All right, so next play down. Jackson gets fouled pretty hard there. Makes both free throws. We were down 3, so now we're down 1. Here's the next possession. So they're trying to stall at this point. Nobody wants to shoot the ball. They're in full panic mode. They're just trying to survive. If I was going to tell you somebody was going to make a defensive play in this game, who do you think it would be, if you were guessing? How about Jaden Miller? Finds Jackson on the wing. Down 26 to up 1. And now it's crump time, baby. Let's go. Trey hit a couple free throws, so now we're up 3. And for whatever reason, last second shot, they go in for the 2 when they were down 3. Like I said, they were just panicking. They're just panicked. So 28 points down total. What a comeback. What a moment for this team.
What I tell you, homie? I told you. I told you he's coming back.
He said they put up 6. You gonna put some pressure on him. He did.
And they melted.
Coming into the quarter, Jackson was 0 for 6. He left that fourth quarter 4 for 4, 11 points. Great team win. This was our aha moment. Now we knew. Now we get it. Now we see the vision. This is our team. Let's go win state. All right, so last game of the regular season, senior night. The reason this game is important because it solidifies the undefeated district champs, 12-0 in district. Nice shot, Jacoby. He hits those in the corner, doesn't he? 27-7 overall. All right, Amir. Left hand. Okay, I see you. And special shout out to Ethan, Reagan, Morris, Amir, and Jackson on senior night. So the vibes are high. 12 wins in a row. District champs. We couldn't ask for a better way to end the season and to start the playoffs. Let's get this magical run going.
Wait, I'm at
Go.
the ball.
All right, you ready?
So to start the playoffs, the schedulers definitely didn't do Kennedale any favors. Opening up against Dallas Lincoln. Dallas Lincoln is a South Dallas school. You know anything about high school Texas hoops? South Dallas is where most of the talent comes from. I did a little research. I see number 5 here. 6'5" wing, can really shoot. This number 13's got a lot of energy. He got a little bounce as well. Yeah, he can get up there a little bit. So they pose problems. This isn't going to be an easy game to win. This is the same district as Kimball and Carter that they come from. They're tried and tested. They're definitely not going to be scared. And they definitely don't want to go back to South Dallas saying they lost to a team from Kennedale. So let's just keep it real. This is going to be a tough matchup. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Started this game off surprisingly well. Opening bucket here by Bryson. Good take. There's Bryson again. Finding the mirror for the dunk. Yes, sir. Let's go. Ready to play. Here's Trey doing what Trey does, acrobatic. Nice shot there, tough shot. Here's Amir with a good block. Jackson is really good when he sees Amir get a block. Bloop, bloop. Of getting out on the break. Nice score there. Here's Jackson again, finding Amir down low. Be strong. Yes, sir. Here we go. Jacoby with a couple of highlight plays in the second quarter. Look at that pass to Aiden Atlas. Here's Trey with a 3. Look at Jacoby coming from the... Man, look at that. He almost dunked that bad boy. And I know up to this point I haven't really talked a lot about Bryson, but man, this was a really, really good game for Bryson. Nice finish, steal and finish right here for Bryson. He was ready to play today. He really was. Started the second half. Here's a 3 by Jacoby. Then he comes back down a couple possessions later. Really strong take. Driving with the right hand. I see you. Finishing left with the speed. Okay. All right, so there's a lot to cover here. So I got to take you to the fourth quarter. This is the end of the fourth quarter. We're actually tied. About 5 seconds left. Jacoby with the drive misses. Amir with the putback that does not go. We're going to overtime. All right, so to start overtime, they get the first bucket. Number 13, we really had issues with all night. Next possession, off a steal, they get a layup. So they're actually up 4 quick early in the overtime. Here's Trey getting a step, going full court, coast to coast. Nice bucket there. Could have been an and one if you ask me. All right, so follow with me. We're down 2 with that Trey bucket. Lincoln with the ball. It's a tough game, kind of like I thought it would be. They got a guard penetrating right here. He finds number 13 with the finish. We had issues with him all day. Bryson right back, next time down. Super nice finish. And then here was Jackson, the really nice finish as well. All right, so we're still down 2 right here. End of the game. Trey with the steal. He actually gets fouled in an and one. Free throw to win it does not fall, so we're going to a second overtime. Trey makes it up right away. Good bucket right there. Come right back down. Amir with the strong finish. We're up 4 early in the second overtime. You got to give number 13 credit. He went right at Amir right there. He refused to let his team lose. But Jacoby comes right back down. Still up 4 right here. And then the last little chance that they really had, Jackson with the big-time block. And it really just became a free throw game after that. We squeak out with the win by 4 in double overtime. Instant classic. A tough round 1 matchup, but a win is a win. Let's keep it moving. So with that win, the Wildcats are by-district champs, moving on to the area round with a matchup against Aubrey. Did a little background on Aubrey. They're a good team, but they're a young team. No disrespect, Kennedale has played teams better than this all season, so I did expect a win here. These are second half highlights. Jacoby and Trey with back-to-back threes. Amir was really big in the third quarter. Rebound, put back, and one there. There's another rebound. Big boy, big boy. And Jackson came up really big in the fourth quarter in this one. 10 points in the quarter for him. Here's a nice layup off an inbounds pass. He finds Jacoby here in the corner. How many times have I said that? Jacoby always knocking that shot down. Here's a little move over their center. Nice finish. And a leak out to kind of put them away here. Another nice finish there. They call timeout. Kind of smell victory. Go ahead and let them emotions out, young man. Yes, sir. All right. And that is a wrap for this one. 11-point victory for the Wildcats, 59-48. Back-to-back playoff wins, taking them to 14 wins in a row. Area champs, headed to the regional tournament. Let's go. So this brings us to the semifinal regional matchup against North Lamar. And I'll be honest with you, North Lamar really wasn't a match for Kennedale in this one. I think the one thing that most of us will remember about this game is actually the drive out there. This game was in Royce City, which is about an hour, 20 minutes away from where we live. There was a wreck on the Rockwall Bridge on the way to Royce City. And if you know anything about that area, it's a one-way in, one-way out type of thing. Most of us didn't get there until after the first quarter. When I got there, they were up 18. There's Jackson with a couple threes. This is actually starting in the second half. Yeah, here's Jackson with the steal. Believe this is an and one for Trey. Yep, and one. Nice finish there. Here's Miller in the corner. Nice three there, and he never quits. Better watch it. Pickpocket. Got him, coach. And then here's Jacoby on the break. Jaden Mancha in the corner. Knock that down, brother. Yes, sir. Yeah, so like I was saying before, this ended up being a runaway victory for Kennedale. That's 3 playoff wins in a row, 15 straight. Regional finals are up next. There's only 8 teams left. Things are getting real. So, you're going to start meeting some tougher teams. Things are going to get more serious, which brings us to the next opponent, which is Sanger. Louisville High School, regional finals. Winner of this game gets a ticket to the state tournament. And if you know anything about me, you know I did do my research, and what I found is number 3 is their guy. Last 2 games, 32 points, 19 points. Guy can really fill it up. If he's going right, he's probably going to drive. If he's going left, you're probably looking at a step back or a shot of some sort. And I'll be honest with you, Jackson told me he wanted to guard him, that he wanted this challenge. He was super locked in for this game. I was excited for it too. Let's see what happens. And right out the gate, they're going at it. This is a really fun sequence. Good defense by Jackson, causing a turnover there. Trey on the break with a strong finish. So the next play down, Amir gets this nice block. Remember I told you Jackson likes to leak out on blocks? Well, he left his man there. Yeah, he left him open. He didn't like that very much. Very next possession, Jackson was able to get his lick back one-on-one right on him. That had to feel good. I know it did. But in this game, anything Sanger tried, Kennedale had an answer for. Nice 3 by them. Get the ball out quick. Jacoby up the court. Trey in the corner. You hit a 3. Just like that, we hit 1, 2. There was a lot of excitement in this game. Both crowds were packed. And I'm telling you, after this and one right here, it's still early, but boy, we were ready to go after that. My goodness. Up 7 at half. They go under a screen, leaving Trey open for a 3. Knocks that down. All right, here's a Jacoby drive. Finds Bryson in the corner. And I tell you what, nice shot. And he got called for a tech there. Much to do about nothing. But I love how much, the more the playoffs went on, the better Bryson got. And it was really cool to see. Sanger was making a little run in the third quarter. And Jacoby finds Jackson in transition. Knocks that down. And I guess I'm a little excited in the background. Maybe, I don't know. They went to a little bit of a zone. Jackson finds Amir down low. Nice bucket. Jackson on the wing, strong drive, and that lead is back up to 16 just like that. All right, one-on-one here. Jackson still locked in. If he's going right, he's probably driving. He tipped that. Nice block there by Jackson. Good job. Take it to the fourth quarter where we kind of pull away. Trey finds Mason for a super tough and 1. Nice job by Mason there. I'll tell you what, Mason is, he transferred in this year, so he's new to the program. He's been such a welcome addition. He can shoot, he can pass. He's a smart player. He's always in the right place. Kind of in the right place again right here. Super tough shot. Good job, Mason. And here's the dagger. Trey ends up going one-on-one here, going left, and I believe he gets an and 1. And Trey's a gamer. Trey is the one person on this team that kind of changes personalities when he gets on the court. Look at him, calling people too small. He a wild boy. And there you have it. Kennedale pulls away in the fourth quarter. 16 wins in a row. And now they are officially headed to the state tournament. Unbelievable. So this is where things get real. You're in the Final Four, headed to the state tournament. 1 win away from the state finals and 2 wins away from a state title. Wow. This team is for real. We got to find a way to win this thing, man. Go celebrate tonight, but we got to find a way to bring this thing home. Cutting down nets is one of my favorite traditions in basketball. You can't cut down a net if you haven't won a really big game. That's how that works. And to see the boys so happy, accomplishing their goals that they set out at the beginning of the season, almost there, it's just a cool thing to see, and I'm just super proud of all of them. But the main thing that I wanted to display and show up to this point of this project was just how talented this team truly is. I think in some people's eyes, they're looked at as an underdog type Cinderella team, but if you really know what's going on, you know that that's not the case. You look at what Trey has done this year, coming over from football, filling in for Mike, and you look at what Jacoby's done, 40-point game. You look at Jackson, he's had a couple 23-point games this year. Bryson coming on so strong here in the playoffs, is playing unbelievable. And make no mistake about it, Amir is the foundation of all of this. None of this works if Amir's not here. You look at our bench, led by Jaden Miller. This is a complete team. And they have all the pieces, and they have everything it takes to make it work. And, of course, I'm proud of number 30. He just played like a senior all year. He's there in the fourth quarter, does all the little things. Always been a good scorer, but put emphasis on his defense this year, and it has made all the difference for this team, seriously. Let's get a BTA chant and get out of here. What do y'all say? So the vibes are super high right now, obviously. Playing so well, on a roll. That is 16 wins in a row by this team. Let's get home. Let's see what we're playing next. And we caught a little surprise along the way. We thought we were going to play this team, Randall from the Amarillo area. They were in the top 5 all year. Crum ends up upsetting them in their match the same night. So we have a rematch versus Crum, the team that we played first game of the season. So before we get to that game, we did have some festivities around town. Here's the locker room before the big game versus Crum. Shout out to the moms that hooked that up. And the boys were really treated like royalty that whole week. They were superstars. Even got Bryson signing autographs. I had to say something, dog.
Our varsity boys basketball team.
And of course you need a pep rally, right? Like you can't make it to the state tournament without a pep rally. Another cool moment for all the boys. Soak it in. The night before, Jackson told me that he had to speak in this. And if you know Jackson, he's really not a public speaker. He's a shy guy. He leaned on his teammates for support here. I thought it was really cool.
Yo. Hey, man, we need y'all support tonight. Tonight, 7 versus Crum at Glen Rose. We need y'all there, man. Hey, come watch us making the statement.
Yeah, another really cool moment. And again, it's just cool to see them. They're having the time of their lives right now. And you can just tell. Here's the police escort on the way out. You got teachers, faculty, cheerleaders, everybody's out there. School just basically stopped down just to support this team. Really cool to see. But now we really got to get focused on this game. And one of the big question marks in this game is after doing some background on their team the last couple games, there's this number 23 that was not there when we played them before. And he's pretty much the heart and soul of their team. He's their point guard. I don't know if he's a football player or if he was injured, but he was not there the first game. But he makes a big impact on the game. I'm going to run through this first half pretty quickly, just so we can get to the second half because there's a lot going on there. But there was a lot of excitement in this game. This place was packed. Kennedale showed up. Shout out to our student section. Crum showed up. No shout out to their student section. You know what I mean? But this was a really good game. It was epic. Let's get to it. Let me show you what's going on. Starting off slow is one of the only negative things I could say about this team, and it happened again in this game. You see 23, he had the green light, so he's ready to go from the jump. Anytime you can get an easy bucket from Amir, it always kind of settles things down. We were down 9 at one point in the first quarter. Here's Jaden Miller at the end of the first quarter. Nice buzzer beater for 3. Cuts the lead to 4 going into the second. Slow start got to us in this one, but like I said before, we did get a 9-point lead down to 4 after the first quarter. That's a good thing. Jaden Miller with the big bucket at the end there, so let's see what we can do next. Second quarter starts, and I may need some help here. Did Jaden just pull off a sham god? Tough shot. I think that's a sham god. Here's Jackson out on the break. Avoid the charge. You know they're hunting him. Good job with that. Big shot here from Trey. That actually puts us up 1 to end the half at the buzzer. Nice shot by Trey. Big time stuff. So here's Trey to start off the second half, and this is such his personality. Gets blocked, gets the rebound, goes back in, acts like he never got blocked in the first place. That's Trey for you right there. Back and forth in the third quarter. Here's Jackson finding Jacoby. Gets to Trey, pump fake. Gets to the free throw line extended, knocks that down. A lot of action in the third quarter. Here's a play. It was actually a deflection off the back of Bryson's head. It gets to Jacoby. My filming wasn't the best, but this was a really good reverse layup right here. We start the fourth quarter here, and something about the fourth quarter and Crum getting calls. I don't know where he got fouled there. But early in the fourth, they were actually up 10. Here's Jackson finding Jacoby. That gets it to 8. So let's follow here. We're going to get a little more in detail here. Trey with the drive. He finds Jackson. Knocks that down. Big shot. So we're down 5 there. 5-0 run. Let's see what happens next. So I've talked about the flops with Crum, and here's just another situation where if they can't guard the person, the first thing that they want to do is just die on the ground. They've clearly been coached to be like that. That's not good coaching. That's not basketball. But that's okay. We got to stop next time down. Look at this play right here. This is the play of the playoffs for me. Reverse crossover, puts dude in a complete circle. Trey with the step back money. Yes, sir. My angle of this didn't really do it justice. I'll show you a different angle later, but big shot, and we're down 2. And here's Bryson. Pump fake, knock down to tie it up. Big time shot. And Mason comes back and shows you what a real charge looks like when you're really playing defense. Excellent play by Mason. Let's go, baby. So we're up 2 here, 57-55, fourth quarter. No more breaks in play. I'm going to show you the rest of this game from the fourth quarter on in its entirety. Buckle your seatbelts. Here we go. Jacoby at the top left, one-on-one. That's usually trouble. Finds his spot. That's a knockdown shot for him. Big shot by Jacoby. We're up 4. Foul called on Trey right here, but boy, that looked like he had all ball. I mean, even from where I was sitting, it looked like that was all ball. They had to run that off just to get the frustration out. A lot of emotions in this game, man. It's the fourth quarter. You know, the trip to the state finals is on the line. There's a lot going on, a lot of emotion. Man, that looked clean to me. So we are in the bonus. So they get 2 shots. Here's the first one, knocked down. So we were up 4. Now we are up 3. We're in the fourth quarter. Like I said before, buckle your seatbelts. All right, here comes the second free throw. Second free throw is good, so we're down 2. Jacoby gets the ball, and he is fouled right away, trying to get across the baseline. That was a foul. Super aggressive. They tried to trap there. So he's headed for 2 shots as well. Everyone has been standing up most of the fourth quarter. Super intense game. You can cut the tension with a knife. Somebody's going to get a chance to play in the state title game. Let's see what happens. So there's about 55 seconds left, fourth quarter. We're up 2, in control of this thing, so there's no need to panic. Jacoby's at the line. Here's his first free throw. Ouch. But that's okay. We are in the lead in this game. There's no need to panic. Don't act like you're losing when you're really winning. It'd been great to hit that free throw, but we're still in control of this game. Here comes Jacoby's second free throw. All right, so nice free throw by Jacoby. We're up 3. Little less than a minute left, and here they come. 23 rejects the screen, so he just wants to go one-on-one. Trey tries to get the steal there. Jackson comes in for the block, and I don't know where that foul was there. My goodness. That's Mason's stepdad looking at me, trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. The players are trying to figure out what's going on. But this is no time to panic. No time for any of that. Stay focused on the goal. You're still in control of this game. Even if he hits this shot and ties the game, you're still in control. You have the ball. Got to give it to number 23. He hit some big-time free throws. So this is a tie game. We go to timeout here to set up correctly. Come back. We have been in a lot of these situations at the end of the game. We've been here before. We kind of know what to do. Jacoby, generally, he's going to wind that clock down, and we're going to play for the last shot. That's what we're going to do. Jacoby must have seen something here because he tries to make this pass to Bryson, which I thought was going to get stolen, and it scared the death out of me. My goodness. He gets it back to Jacoby. Just hold the ball, brother. Go one-on-one.
It's yours.
Here we go.
It's yours. It's yours.
Jacoby goes left. He's looking for a spot. And they do call a foul. Looks like he got hit on the wrist there. So here we go. Chance at the state finals on the line. Tie game with about 4.5 seconds left. 2 free throws. Probably 2 of the biggest free throws Jacoby has ever shot in his life. All on the line right here. Let's see what happens. Two just big-time, super clutch free throws by Jacoby. We're up 2, and I'm just going to let you enjoy the rest of this. Here we go. And now make that 17 in a row. Kennedale's going to the state finals. Go green, go green, go green. Everything just kind of feels kind of surreal right now. Super happy for everybody involved. The boys, the parents, the coaches, the fans that came out. It's just a wild time, man. You can believe it, but you almost can't at the same time. But this team is for real. You can't second guess them anymore. You can't joke about them. They're in the finals. It's going down. We going to San Antonio.
That's my boy.
And I got to tell you a quick story about me and Jackson, man. Probably in his sophomore year, we had a conversation about how he wanted to win a state title before he left this school. And he came over to me, and I just looked at him, and I told him, you need one more. Man, that hug meant everything to me. Precious moment. Kennedale, state-bound, going to San Antonio. Unbelievable. This team is for real. So for real, not only are they in the Star-Telegram this week, they also had a cover story that was introduced by the legendary Clarice Tinsley on Fox 4. Check this out.
The UIL boys basketball state championships are this weekend, and North Texas is well represented. Several local teams are competing for titles in divisions 4A, 5A, and 6A. One of them, Kennedale High School, has waited nearly 2 decades for this. Fox 4's Deion Anglin live with the big send-off they got today. Hey, Deion.
Hi there, Clarice. Well, Kennedale Wildcats, the team is en route now to San Antonio, and they're riding a 16-game win streak. They are focused and ready, and that is a common theme among the 6 North Texas boys basketball teams heading to state. After a tooth-and-nail fought victory over Crum High School, the Kennedale Wildcats are one win away from a Class 4A Division II state title. The school's first and only state title win was in 2008. San Antonio bound in one last shoot-around at school Thursday. Coach Doug Groff, who's led the team now 22 seasons, takes little credit for his role and points out how close-knit his players are. 12 of the 14 have been Kennedale ISD classmates and or teammates since elementary school.
They're great players. I would like to say I did a good job, but they've had a lot of great coaches, their fathers, their select coaches. I'm the last coach at this moment for them, but they're well prepared. At this point, it's just staying sharp.
In Kennedale, classes are canceled for Friday. All part of the boys' basketball excitement.
Everybody probably going to be at the game. I know it's a little far, but calling off school, there's going to be a lot of people there from Kennedale.
And that is the entire district, Kennedale ISD, taking a break tomorrow so that all can either attend that championship game this weekend or cheer on the team from wherever they are.
Great piece right there. But yeah, shutting down a whole school district is a major flex, no doubt. These boys did that. So everything is just happening super fast right now. That last game was on Tuesday. I don't know if I mentioned or not, but the championships are in San Antonio. So the boys are traveling down to San Antonio. This is on Thursday afternoon. I mean, everything is just happening so fast. Jackson and Jacoby actually they share the same birthday. They had birthdays on Wednesday. So they're leaving to go downstate right here. Good time.
Stay bound, baby. Let's go. All right, all right.
So the next morning, I head down to San Antonio. The team is actually coming back right after the game. So this will make for a long day. Drive to San Antonio and back all in one day just to support the boys. Let's go. So I haven't even got a chance to really talk about who we're playing yet. We are playing Houston Wheatley, team out of Houston. I didn't get a chance to do a lot of research on them with the quick turnaround and everything. I did watch a little bit of film. The best team that I could really kind of compare them to is the Crowley team that we played earlier in the year. I don't know if they're as good as that Crowley team, but they have one guy that's really good, number one, and then they have all the pieces. You know, they got length, they get after it on defense. They push tempo on you. But the one thing I noticed is they turn the ball over a lot. And to me, that was going to be what this game was going to be about, is who turned the ball over more, or who wins the turnover battle. We made it safe and sound down to San Antonio.
So one thing I did say, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I told Jackson said to me first. He said, whoever's promoting y'all's page need to be promoting ours too. He said, look at ours compared to the girls. I said, bro.
To be fair, our point guard, her dad did it all.
Somebody told me that.
He made like the graphics.
Yeah, somebody told me that. But it looked amazing. Y'all did a great job. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a quick exchange I had with the girls' head coach. Shout out to the Lady Cats. Their IG was always popping, especially compared to the boys. We got to step our game up, man, for real. But they made it to the regional finals this year. So just wanted to give them a shout out, show them some love. Good season, Lady Cats. So here we are, about 10 minutes away from tip-off. I'm a nervous wreck. I know the boys got to be nervous. You know, this is huge, man. This is the state title. This is everything. But I will say this. They're prepared for this moment. Like I said earlier, Groff did a really good job of scheduling a lot of tough non-district games. They're not going to face anything that they haven't already seen. You know, nobody's going to bring anything new out of the book to them. Anything that comes at them, they're prepared for. They've played good teams. They beat good teams. They're built for this. So here we are with the starting lineups. You know, this is one of my favorite traditions as well. You can kind of cheer on the team, get them hyped up pregame. They get to show off a little charisma, a little bit of their personality with their handshake. It's just part of the culture, man. I love that part of basketball. But, man, what a journey. This thing started back in early November. Now we're in early March, still cheering this team on. Whatever happens, man, I'm proud of them either way. But we got to go get this win. Let's get this W. So here we go. It's finally game time. What we've all been waiting for. Kennedale versus Wheatley. Let's go. And I want you to notice from the opening tip, this is their strategy, kind of an intimidation factor thing. They don't even try to tip the ball. They don't even try to win the tip. They just wanted us to get the tip so they could double Jacoby right away. Passes out of it, slips through Jackson's hand. There's a quick turnover. So I know I've mentioned a couple times, this team can sometimes, start out slow. And that kind of happened in this game. The turnovers early were really costing us. It's got to be the nerves, right? And that's understandable. But, man, we just couldn't get one foot in front of the other to start this game. So here's another sequence. A couple plays later, Jacoby looks like he gets a rebound or he tried to pass it to Jackson. Either way, we didn't come down with it. They get an easy bucket, which allows them to set up their defense. And in the first quarter, we were really having issues with their trap. I'm yelling at Bryson. Coach is yelling at Jackson. I think he's supposed to be more in the middle for the press breaker there. But we look out of sorts, and the parents are kind of panicking.
The turnovers are crazy. Come on, y'all.
So we did start to settle down when it came to breaking the press. You just got to take your time, make the right read. Once you break the press, and then you can get in man, and then you can kind of do your thing. So here's a shot by Trey. He missed it, but we got Amir. I told you before, an easy shot by Amir will just settle things down. And look at Trey. So this looks like Kennedale here, doesn't it? Yes, sir. Yeah, and we do have to give some credit to Wheatley. They are a really good team. They're a lot better than I thought they were. Wish Jackson would have closed that a little quicker right there. There's a three by them, so they get in the press again. There's Jaden Miller breaking it, getting it down to Amir. So we're starting to understand that press. Good job, Amir. Nice finish. So since we were able to score, that allows us to get our defense set. I told you before, these guys turn the ball over a lot. So we can just play some fundamentally good defense. There goes a turnover right there. Bryson to Trey. If it's not there, don't force it. Good job. Set it up. And Trey drives by their best player like he was standing still. Beautiful take. And love to see this. Michael Hall has been rehabbing, trying to get in shape to get back and help the team. And he was able to play some good minutes in the first quarter of this game. And look at how happy everybody is to see Michael score there. Nice job, Michael Hall. So we start the second quarter, only down 5. Could have been a lot worse. We beat their press a couple times, so they've backed off of that. And Kennedale really hasn't dealt with a lot of press this year because when you have 2 really good point guards like we do, typically you want to press somebody that has 2 good ball handlers. Here's Bryson with the good rebound and putback, looking more and more like ourselves every play. Love to see it. And once again, like I said, when you score, you get to set up your defense. You're not scrambling. And they turn the ball over a lot. So look at this. Turnover by them. And look at Jacoby. A layup on a 6'7" dude. Boy, we playing ball now. But give Wheatley credit. They'll still come back. Look at this deep 3. Yeah, they got some hoopers. So this is going to be a battle. Midway through the second quarter, their length really started to give us problems. This is a good example of it. This is a basket that Jackson's made all year, and it's been super easy for him, but now he's got length on him. He did get the goaltend call there, but you can see that their length is a problem for it. They went back to the press, and we started making silly mistakes again. There's a turnover and an easy bucket for them. Yeah, and right here is just another example of their length. Forces Jackson to change his shot, misses it. They go back up. They get a block there. So their length is really having an effect on us, straight up. Here's another block by Wheatley. They're able to get out on the break here, transition, get to the bucket. Nice shifty score there. So they're up 7 at this point, still in the second quarter. Kennedale called a timeout to try to settle things down, and this was just a tough stretch in the basketball game for Kennedale. They were switching up their looks on Jacoby. As you can see, they blitz him here. He's looking for the open person, just another turnover. Here's the one nice play in this little bad stretch that we made. Trey going straight to the hoop, keeping us afloat here. Nice take. But Wheatley put a nice little run together on us here in the second quarter. They popped us on the head pretty good, not going to lie. Second chance rebound for a 3. They knocked that down. And their lead is up to 10 now. All right, so they have their defense set up now. So here they're back to pressing. We've been handling it pretty well. Here's Trey. Does a good job of breaking the press right here. Finds Michael in the corner. Michael has to reposition. That doesn't fall. They get the rebound. They're out on break again. Transition 3. And a putback like that. And yeah, now their crowd's into it for sure. A lot of basketball left to be played, but they are giving us their best shot right now. Here's a leak out to put them up 14 points.
Give them a minute. Give them a minute. Let's see what they do. Give them a minute.
Parents were starting to panic a little bit there. This thing is close to getting out of hand, no doubt. But let's see what they can do here in the last 2 minutes. Jacoby with a nice pass to Bryson gets deflected. He's still able to put that in. So we're down 12 now. All right, so we have a defense set after a make. Let's get some good defense. Let's be aggressive. Let's look for a turnover. At least a stop, if nothing else. Look at that. We got a turnover. All right. Nice job, Jacoby. Top of the key. Finds Bryson again. Nice bucket. Pass and bucket. Good job there. So we do mount a nice comeback. Only down 2 to start the third quarter. Here's second half highlights. Here's Jackson on the baseline finding Bryson for the nice bucket. Here's Jackson with the rebound. Outlet into Bryson. Bryson in transition. Look at big boy down under there. Yes, sir. Amir with a nice dunk. Here's Jacoby with a nice floater. Nice touch there. Team is starting to look like themselves again, aren't they? Look at this. Here goes Trey with the steal. Coast to coast, left hand. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's Kennedale. That's green right there, baby. So we're a little later in the third quarter here, about a minute left. Mason with a good turnover steal right there. Jackson in the open court. And how many times have I said this all year? Jackson to Jacoby in the corner. 4-3. Yes, sir. I don't even know if they understand they have that connection. But, man, it's been there all season. So we were down 1. That 3 by Jacoby put us up 2. And this team looks totally different from the first half team. Let me tell you. So here we go. Start of the fourth quarter, up 2. State championship on the line. It's going down. They are basically at war out there right now. This game has gone back and forth. Kennedale is up 2 right now, but it's still neck and neck. Just turning out to be a really, really great battle up to this point.
Kennedale foul on number 12, Jacoby Loman. That was his 4th personal foul, 2nd Kennedale team foul. He gonna be ready. Watch. He gonna come through.
A lot of raw emotions in the stands. Tension is getting pretty thick. It's the fourth quarter, close game. Here we go. With Jackson up top, I think he was anticipating him using the screen. He goes against the screen, which is actually a really good play. Nice bucket there, tidying things up.
You gotta go.
Let's go! Come on!
Turnover there. They've been doing a really good job of getting off good shots at each possession and not turning the ball over. That's been a key to the comeback so far. Bryson at the top of the key playing some good D, being aggressive. He may have got a deflection on that. Jackson gets one too. Bryson gets it back to Jackson. Easiest bucket that's been scored in this game. And here, look at Trey. Man, he's got ball skills like a safety, man. That's crazy. I know that he's the quarterback this next year, but he might need to play safety too. The steals that he's had in this game so far have just been unbelievable. So I keep repeating this, but once you score, you're able to get your defense set, and these guys just turn the ball over a lot. And that has reigned true in this game. Nice shifty bucket from Wheatley right here. Cuts Kennedale's lead to 2. Amir hits a free throw. They get this putback, and now they're down 1. A lot of back and forth, so stay with me here. Trey finds Mason in the corner, and man, this shot looks a lot like his shots in that Sanger game in the fourth quarter. Look at that, almost identical. Back up 3 now. Somebody was sleeping on this inbounds play. Lead back down to 1. They get a stop, get fouled. He makes his second free throw right here, and this puts them back in the lead. We have been doing a really good job of alleviating turnovers. That is what has brought the comeback and kept us in this game. This was not a good possession. Turnover right there. They get out on the fast break. He actually misses a bunny, but they get the rebound and an and one. And now you're at a really pivotal moment in this game. He makes this free throw. You're down 4 with about 4 minutes left. Like I said last time, everybody buckle your seatbelts. I've told y'all before, but when the visitors' crowd starts getting loud, they really lock in. Jacoby finds Trey, and they get 2 right back, down 2 now. Nice bucket by Trey. And to me, this was one of quite a few defining moments in this game. Their best player going one-on-one with Jackson. They have the momentum, and Jackson blocks that shot, and he takes the momentum right back from them with that. Great play. You know, both teams are just really digging and clawing for everything right now. This has just really turned into a really great competitive game. A foul before the shot there. I mean, listen to how quiet I am. That should tell you everything. This game has me speechless. All right, so you're down 2 here. A little under 4 minutes left to play. They've been mixing up their coverages against Jacoby. He finds Jackson wide open. Amir with a nice screen, and Jackson with a big-time layup to tie the game. Back-to-back big-time plays by him, and he's just been showing up in the fourth quarter all season. Coach Groff always talks about how the other team will be tired in the fourth quarter, and you can see as they miss a couple long jumpers here, nice rebound by Amir, they're starting to get tired. We're starting to wear them down a little bit here, for sure. We go back and forth here. Bryson with the miss. I'm calling for a timeout, and I'm glad he didn't listen to me because look at this. Jacoby with the beautiful and one. Woo! Play of the day. Unbelievable. Great job, Jacoby. And then Jacoby knocks this free throw down, and we are up 3 with 3:08 to play. So we get a stop, get the ball to Jacoby, and man, he's just showing off his pure point guard skills here. Putting pressure on the defense, finds Bryson on the wing. Nice layup, good pass. We're up 5 with about 2:40 left now. Wheatley went 1 of 1 at the line, so we're up 4 now. They have the ball back, and I just want to count the amount of rebounds that we see Amir get in this sequence. There's 1. There's 2. Put back, no good. There's 3. Amir's just killing it, man. I mean, my goodness. I know we talked about Trey having 10 steals. I didn't even notice until after the game. Amir had 17 rebounds. 17 rebounds. I mean, this team is just showing out, man. They're showing that they're made for this and they want this. The effort is just unmatched right now. Very impressive.
Come on, Amir, knock these down, baby. Take your time. Come on, baby, knock them down. Knock it down, Amir.
The free throw line has been a problem today. I'm not even going to say what our official stats from the free throw line are out loud, but they aren't good. We're up 4, minute 44 left here. This free throw would be really huge just to go up 5.
They bound to turn the damn ball over, though. Come on, Amir. Knock it down, baby. Get in there. Yeah!
Big time knockdown free throw by Amir, and just the effort on the boards, man, just unbelievable. Playing out of his mind. Get that man some water. But this Wheatley team just wouldn't go away. Down 5 here. They get a quick 2 to cut the lead to 3. Nice left-handed layup there. And we missed 2 free throws. They come back down, and they get another bucket. And now they're only down 1. Jacoby gets fouled, knocks down 2 free throws, and we're up 3 with less than a minute left. Oh, boy. Here we go. And I don't really know how Trey always does this, but, man, he just pickpockets this guy at the perfect time of this game. Trey with the steal on break, gets fouled on the play. Trey had 10 steals in this game. 10. Who has 10 steals in the game? Who does that? Just unheard of, man. Unbelievable. So we're up 3 with about 45 seconds left. 2 free throws here could probably ice this game. Trey gets the second one to roll in, so we're up 4, a little bit more than 45 seconds left. And sometimes the basketball gods are just with you. Check this out. Their coach calls timeout right when their player hits a 3. I mean, unbelievable. Doing a quick pan around here just to show everybody. What up, y'all? What up, what up? Yeah, man, stands are just full to capacity almost. Kennedale has just been showing up at every game. Since the first game, the stands have been filled up, man. They really come and support. It's been cool to see. So this play right here, I know it's a small thing, but check this out. Amir comes up with the turnover, gets pushed out of bounds. Jackson comes and saves it. Amir comes back inbounds. Jackson saves it to Amir, and then Amir gets fouled. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like a big thing, but to hold on to a possession that late in the game, it was huge. Great play by the fellas. So we're up 4 here. Inbounds pass to Jacoby. He's coming up the court, and we just want to hold the ball and kind of stall, wait for them to foul. And you hear me saying hold it. Sometimes Jacoby will take that quick 2 points, but not this time, brother. We want to hold on to the ball as long as we can. And now you can see some of the fellas are starting to feel it. I'm not there yet. I'm not going there yet. I'd love to hit these 2 free throws and see what happens after that, but you can definitely see some of the players starting to feel victory is close, no doubt. Two huge free throws by Jacoby. He's done that a couple times in these playoffs, hadn't he? So we're up 6 now. Scramble for the ball. So they end up getting the ball back, and they ended up making a bank shot 3-pointer. I don't know why I wasn't filming, but we're up 3, and we're trying to get the ball in right now. Just a little bit less than 5 seconds left on the clock. So Trey gets fouled there on the inbounds pass. I don't even think any time came off the clock there. That doesn't really matter. We're up 3. 2 free throws for Trey. If we can get 1 free throw right here, pretty much state champs. Let's see what happens. Any kids watching this right now, I want you to take notes. Trey did everything perfect after a miss. He got off the line. He reset himself. He acted like that last shot didn't happen. He regrouped himself for the second shot. I don't care what anybody says. Those are tough free throws to make at that situation in the game. Great job by Trey. Great way to finish off his night. 22 points, 10 steals. He was unbelievable tonight. Glad he was able to knock that down. So we're up 4, which means they need to get fouled and make a 3 at the same time to have a chance to win. We're looking like we're in really good shape right now. I'm not going to say that just yet. I'll let you just hear the background for the rest of this. Enjoy.
Even if they make a 3, the clock is going to run and we don't have to inbound the ball. The game is over. The game is over. All you got to do is don't foul.
So let's make that 18 straight wins in a row to finish off the season. And Kennedale Wildcats are state champs. Yes, sir. The Crowley game earlier in the season let them know that they could hang with any team. The big-time comeback against Waxahachie Life let them know that no lead was too big for them to come back from. They took both of those lessons into this game, and now they're champs. They were down 14 points at one point. Unbelievable. They're champs.
Proud to present the Most Valuable Player Award. At this time, please direct your attention to the court for the presentation of the award. The Most Valuable Player for Conference 4A, Division II, as selected by the media is a 5'10" junior guard, number 10, Trey Smith.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's my dog right there, man. Man, I'm happy for all of us. I'm happy for you. I appreciate that, man.
And now, for the Conference 4A, Division II state champions, finishing the season with a record of 33-7, Coach Grom and the Kennedale Wildcats. 2025 state champions. We congratulate these communities, parents, school officials, players, and the entire Kennedale Nation on an outstanding basketball season.
They did it. Look at them. They actually did it. This little team from Kennedale showed the rest of the state what's up about hooping. Man, let's go celebrate. The celebration after was epic and hectic at the same time. We were all so happy, but We also had a 4-hour drive ahead of us because everybody was heading back home. And here they are, police escort and all. I think this is about 2 a.m. in the morning. And you know how we do. Had to have a cookout to celebrate. Is he here?
Nah, I'm talking about, Kennedale.
Yeah.
I was good at all the time.
Probably maybe after next year. This was just the beginning of the celebrations of them winning state, but it was such a good time. They even decided to get on the court one last time with each other. It was just really cool to see. Jackson to Jacoby with the strong finish. I'm joking. I'm done with the play-by-play. Here's the team meeting the city council. They got honored there. Here's them meeting the mayor. Look at them. Can't take them nowhere. I'm just kidding, man. Look at this. Great pick. Getting to meet the mayor. Fun times. And here's everybody at the awards banquet. Another great pick. Jacoby and Trey shared team MVP honors. Jackson received offensive MVP. And Amir and Bryson shared defensive MVP. And everybody in the starting five was first team all-district. Both Jadens and Mason also received second team all-district. So good for them. Amir, Trey, and Jacoby also had all-state honors. So the boys just really cleaned up. They really did. And here's the ring ceremony. It's like our last time all of us being together in the same place. Here's all the parents. Kind of feel like family at this point. It is family, to be honest. Here's the state ring. Here's what it looks like. Amir and Jackson actually designed these rings. They did a great job. Look at that. 2025. There's the record, 35-7. Right under it. Good looking ring. So every player will have their last name and their number. The 2X is that's Kennedale's second time. They sleep in the middle in the day that they won. Don't get much better than that. And that is a wrap for this project. This is my story and I'm sticking to it. 2024, 2025, Kennedale boys basketball team, state champions. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm out.
Trying to get gambling.
What? They said it was a curse. They said it was a curse. It was a curse.
Senior guard, please welcome number 30, Jackson Speedway. Welcome number 34,